Do you believe that you can only apply rich people habits when you already have extra money to spare? Have you ever caught yourself thinking that growing financially is just a privilege for those who started ahead? If you're working hard, studying, or just doing your best every month to make ends meet, this video is for you. The truth is, millionaires didn't get rich because they had money. They created money because they had the right habits. And the best part? These habits cost nothing to start. They begin in your mind, in your daily decisions, in how you think and act with what you already have. Today I'm going to show you how you can apply the same high-performance financial behaviors, even if you're earning a small income. No magic formulas, no fake promises, just real habits that anyone can start practicing right now. And by the end of this video, you'll understand. It's not about how much you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. So stay with me till the end, because this might be the very first step toward the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Before we dive into the content that could literally flip the switch in your financial life, let me ask you for one simple thing. Hit that subscribe button right now. On this channel, we don't just talk about money. We help you reprogram your mind for abundance. We help you break free from the autopilot of scarcity and build your freedom, one day at a time. Because wealth starts in the mind. And that's what most people never hear. So if this message hits home for you, turn on the notifications because the next videos will show you what nobody else is teaching out there. Now take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear has the power to change not just your bank account, but the way you see yourself in the world. Maybe no one ever told you this so clearly. You don't have to be rich to think like a rich person, but you do need to think like one if you ever want to become one. And that changes everything. The biggest lie we've been told is that life only gets better when the money comes in. But the truth is the opposite. Life starts to improve when your mindset changes. Wealth is a result of that shift. People with a millionaire mindset don't sit around waiting for luck. They prepare, even when they have very little. And what separates them from those stuck in scarcity isn't luck or talent or connections. It's behavior. It's habit. It's consistency. And I get it. Maybe you're in a tough spot right now. You work all month and even then the money barely covers the basics. It feels like no matter how hard you try, there's never anything left over. Sometimes you even feel guilty for wanting more, or ashamed for not being able to do what you wish. But here's the truth nobody told you. Even in that situation, you can start. Start small, start slow, start with what you have. Because transformation doesn't require a lot of money. It requires a decision. And every small decision you make today shapes the future you want to live in. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. What matters is where you're heading. And that's exactly what this video is about. How to start applying millionaire habits, even on a tight budget. Let's talk about the first habit that completely separates people who grow from those who repeat the same financial cycles. Control. But listen, control doesn't mean living in fear of spending or obsessing over saving every penny. It means awareness. When you start writing down every single expense, even the small ones, you stop living in the dark. You begin to see exactly where your money is going. And what's visible is manageable. It could be in an old notebook, a free app, or even your phone's notes. What matters is seeing every day what you're doing with what you have. If you can manage cents, you're preparing yourself to manage thousands. That's the first step to turning things around. Now, the second habit might sound simple, but it's super rare these days. Long-term thinking. Most people are just chasing instant relief, buying stuff now, eating out now, financing things they didn't even need. Meanwhile, those with a rich mindset think like strategists. They give up small pleasures today to gain freedom tomorrow. It's the classic plant now to harvest later. And that's not just motivational talk, it's real-life math. Every time you swap an impulse for a smart action aligned with your future, you're getting closer to the life you want. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about prioritizing yourself. Don't forget that. The third habit is so powerful that if you apply it consistently, it could accelerate your growth more than any expensive course. Learning. And before you think, but I don't have money to study, let me tell you, knowledge is everywhere, and some of the best content in the world is free. PDF books, channels like this one, podcasts, valuable content on Instagram. Millionaires never stop learning. They know their mind is their most important asset, and the more you understand about finances, behavior, productivity, and emotional intelligence, the more prepared you are to recognize and handle opportunities. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's a fact. Fourth habit, building income streams even if it's just a little. And believe me, this is way simpler than it seems. You don't need to start a business from scratch or quit everything overnight, but you do need to open your eyes to possibilities. Is there something you know how to do that other people need? Can you sell something online? Offer a service in your free time? Learn a new skill that adds value in the market? Millionaires don't rely on just one source of income. They know depending on a single paycheck is way too risky. Even if you start small, start. Those who learn how to make money in different ways learn how to never depend on just one way again. The fifth habit is invisible to the eye, but it silently shapes your thoughts, your emotions, and eventually your actions. It's the habit of protecting your mental environment. Think about it like this. Your mind is like soil. If you leave it exposed, anything can grow there. Weeds, thorns, even trash. But if you care for it intentionally, if you choose what you plant and what you remove, that same soil can become a space for abundance. Now ask yourself, what are you feeding your mind every day? What kind of conversations are you having? What kind of content are you watching, listening to, scrolling through? People don't realize how deeply they are influenced by the energy they allow around them. That constant exposure to negativity, to complaints, to people stuck in a scarcity mindset, it drains you. It slowly convinces you that dreaming big is naive, that things never work out, that you should just settle. But that's not your truth. That's just the echo of a toxic environment trying to shrink your vision. And listen, this goes beyond just thinking positive. Protecting your mental environment is a discipline. It's the awareness to say no to the group chat that's always gossiping. It's turning off the video that leaves you anxious or comparing yourself. It's unfollowing the accounts that distract instead of inspire. But it's also the decision to seek out voices that lift you up, podcasts that make you think, books that expand your mind, videos like this one that don't sugarcoat the truth, but give you real tools to grow. You can't always choose the people around you, but you can choose what you allow to influence your mindset. Every time you decide to consume something that builds you, you're investing in the future version of yourself, and that investment pays off. That's why it's so important to be intentional every single day about what you allow in, because what goes in is what eventually comes out, in your attitude, in your habits, in your results. And before we move to the final part of this message, I want to give you an invitation. But it's not just any invitation. It's a call for you to take full control of your transformation. If, at any moment in this video, you felt a spark lighting up inside you, if something deep down started whispering, "I can do more, I deserve more," then please don't ignore that. Don't treat this feeling as just another wave of temporary motivation, because that tiny spark, if you feed it, turns into fire, and that fire can light your way, even through your darkest days. That's why I'm saying this clearly. Subscribe to this channel right now. Click the button, turn on the bell, and allow yourself to stay connected to content that works not just on your goals, but on your mindset. Here, we don't just talk about money, we talk about freedom. Freedom from scarcity, from self-doubt, from the fear of not being enough. We show you that there is another way, a path of choice, of awareness, of daily construction of a new identity.